Blinky, I know you've been around the block a few times, well, around the maze a few times, maybe we should say. And what do you think the best price for anything is?
Free!
How do I turn this damn thing? Shut up! Now, there is nothing like getting free games, am I right? Like, just the feeling of clicking on that free button and it popping up in your Steam account is just like, oh, this is mine now. Add it to my ever-growing, gigantic list of games on Steam that I'll never play. And if you're not a fanboy to any company or launcher, you can actually get a lot of different free PC games from a lot of different places without paying a cent. Now, I know I'm sounding like one of those weird commercials where they're like, hey, stick with me, free money, free stuff, it's all free, but stick with me here, this is legit, okay? Basically today, I just want to go over a lot of the different places on the internet you could go to get free PC games and add them to your ever-growing libraries in the different launchers that are available. Now, the reason I'm doing this free games video is because I feel like a lot of you out there may be looking for some new stuff to play and maybe not pay any cash for it. Maybe you just got a new PC, maybe you just built a new PC and you're short on funds, or maybe your parents didn't get you any Steam cash to use on the Steam store, whatever it is. I'm just going to show you some places where you can get some free and later on some cheap games. Now, of course, there's a huge amount of free-to-play games out there that are actually worth your time and worth playing, but we're not going to cover those today. We're going to cover those another time, and today we're just going to cover the games that you can actually add to your different launchers and accounts. So let's get into the freebies, shall we? Now, the first place I would recommend all of you make an account for and check out is the Epic Games Launcher on PC. I know. I can hear some of you groaning already. I know, he's leading off with Epic, oh my god. Well, no matter how you feel about the company, or no matter how much you wish the games were actually on Steam instead, the truth of the matter is that Epic has put up a free game, sometimes even 2 or 3 games, every Thursday for damn near 2 years now. And they're quality games too, like Alan Wake and Borderlands and Cave Story and Celeste and Yooka-Laylee and The Impossible Lair, like just to name a few, but these are really good games. For free! I actually did a rough count in my Epic library, but I've gotten over 160 free games to play on that launcher, and I've even missed a couple of them. That's insane to me. In fact, right now is the best time to sign up for an Epic account because we're smack dab in the middle of their holiday sale, and they're giving away free games every single day during the Christmas season. I mean, free is free no matter who it comes from, so go get them. The next place we're going to talk about here is itch.io. Itch.io, 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 or B-I-N-G-O, however you want to say it. It does offer a fair amount of games that you will have heard of. However, it is more of an indie platform, and considering that, it does have a ton of free games to play there, and the majority of which are going to be DRM free. The only caveat here is that you may have to sift through a lot of indie games that ain't so good to find something you legitimately are interested in playing. But that's part of the fun, right? You jump on there, you find one you don't like, find another one you don't like, find 5 more you don't like, and then finally, the 10th game, you're like, wow, this one's actually really cool. But hey, they are free to play. We now arrive at GOG, or Good Old Games, as it used to be called. Do they still go by that? I think it's just GOG now, right? It's another service that specializes in, well, good old games. Like, that's kind of their thing. I mean, you know, they're not all good games, for sure, but they are old. That is for sure. Anyway, making an account for GOG is smart because they do offer free games on the service every now and then, and they're even kind enough to email you about it. How nice is that? This service will be especially interesting for those of you out there who want to experience more retro PC games, as those are seemingly the games that pop up for free on the service. Now, there's a lot of PC bundle sites out there where they take a lot of PC games in a bundle and charge you just a few bucks for them, right? But Humble Bundle is actually the most popular, and for good reason. Not only do they offer up tons of great game bundles throughout the year for a cheap price, but they even offer free games on top of that. For example, just over the time that I've been a Humble Bundle customer, I've gotten free games like Snake Pass, Guacamelee, and Age of Wonders 3, so not bad. Those are actually good games. Of course, there's a lot of other bundle sites out there you could find that probably offer free games, but 2 that I have dealt with in the past are Indie Gala and Fanatical. Both of these offer the same things that Humble does, but, you know, they're kind of more indie focused. So they do offer free games from time to time on there that you can just jump in and get a Steam key and pop it into your Steam account. But like I said, they're going to be a bit more indie, so these are going to be games you probably haven't heard of, but who knows? You get them, they might surprise you, so check them out. And hey, they're free. So of course, it probably goes without saying, and you probably already have accounts with these 3 big names, but of course you're going to want a Steam account, an Origin account with EA, and a Ubisoft Connect account with Ubisoft, right? It used to be Uplay, but now it's Ubisoft Connect, I guess? I don't know. Whatever, the Ubisoft launcher on PC. So, right, any PC gamer that is a PC gamer in this era has a Steam account. While Valve doesn't typically give away games on Steam, other websites that offer you free game keys, kind of like Humble Bundle does, will usually give you a Steam key to use there. And some developers and publishers on Steam have made their games free on that platform, so it's worth having an account if you don't already have one, just to make sure you can get those games when they come up. As far as EA with Origin and Ubisoft with Ubisoft Connect, Uplay, whatever goes, they both offer free games to own throughout the year. It's not as often as what Epic does, maybe once every few months, but they do sometimes give away some big games. Like for example, Ubisoft gave away Watch Dogs 2 for free this past summer. However you feel about the Watch Dogs series, that is a big name game. So I said at the beginning there were going to be a couple other places that you could get some cheap games to play on PC here, and we're going to talk about those right now. And while one of these is really cheap to get into, the other one may be something that you already have access to, so let's talk about them. Alright, so here we are talking about Game Pass again. I know, I talk about Game Pass all the time, but it really is the greatest deal you can get right now to play a ton of games. And of course, I saved this for last because, like I said, it's not technically free, but $1 is pretty damn close, isn't it? Actually, you can get it for free too, but there are some hoops you need to jump through, which we'll get to that in just a second. Now, I'm sure some of you are sick of hearing me talk about Game Pass on the channel, but if you haven't heard about it yet, Game Pass comes from Microsoft and it's for Xbox and PC, and it's a service basically like Netflix or Hulu for games. Now they add so many games through the months, it's to the point where I'm having a really hard time keeping up with all the great games to play, rather than having a hard time finding something to play. It's almost getting to the point where I have like option paralysis. I don't know what to pick. Now, like I said, this isn't free, but it's close because right now, as of posting this in December of 2020, you can get 3 months of Game Pass for $1. $1! And this includes huge games too, like Doom Eternal, Dragon Quest XI, and the Yakuza series. Also, EA Play is coming to PC next year too, so games like the Need for Speed series and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order are going to be there too. Oh yeah, and didn't I just mention you can get this for free as well? Well, I do have another video up on my channel here that will show you how to keep your Game Pass going for free on PC with Microsoft Rewards. That'll be appearing on screen right now. Go ahead and click that up here if you want to check it out. I will warn you ahead of time, it does take you a little bit of time to get the reward points to buy Game Pass, but in my opinion, it's super worth it. Okay, and the final thing I'm going to tell you guys about today here, I know it was a lot, right, is Prime Gaming. So again, not technically free because you have to have Amazon Prime, but if you or your parents already subscribe to Amazon Prime, then you're already good to go. Basically, every month you go to the Prime Gaming page, and they're going to list a ton of games at the bottom of the page for you to claim to play on your Twitch game launcher. This is another service where I've acquired a couple hundred games just from claiming them, so this is great for those of you who already have Amazon Prime or if you're thinking about it. Well, there you go, guys. Turns out there's a ton of places where you can download free games, right? Like, it's insane how they just give all these games away nowadays. I never had this growing up. I wish I did. Having it now is cool too, but man, when I had all that free time as a kid, man, to have all these free games available. Well, there you go, everybody. I hope that helped you get some free games this season here. If I missed any places to get more free games, let me know in the comments. I mean, I'm sure other viewers would appreciate that too. Oh my God, Blinky is back. Blinky, no, 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 no.